You know, I've never been the biggest fan of ruining the ending for people, but in this case it serves as necessary evil. So this is me, and I'm about to die. And speaking of a necessary evil, this gentleman standing over me is David Digiovanni, the sealer of my fate pretty much. To give you the quick rundown, David is the son of Paul Digiovanni, the guy who runs everything illegal in this city, from drugs to smuggling to as simple as jaywalking. If it's illegal, you can bet they're involved. But this story isn't about him. This story is about me, Bryce Allen Mitchell, and how in one night I used the only thing I knew to become a hero. Every day seems like a reflection of what my life used to be.
Weighing in at a rock solid 235 pounds.
Whoever thought this is where I would be?
From Chesterfield, England, the man with the murderous mitts, Bryce the Mice. This is the most anticipated match in the history of professional wrestling. Tonight, these four men will square off for the tag team championship of the world.
I don't know how you do these graveyard shift, man.
You telling me?
Oh, by the way, when you're doing your rounds, you might want to check the fuse box in the parking garage. The lights in 235 keep going out.
Okay, thanks, man.
No problem, no problem.
Have a good night.
I have a good one.
And this is when all things went to hell.
That was a mistake. Bad move, bad move. We wouldn't find you?
Come on, give him one more, Josh. Go eat your shit.
I was never the best at sizing up my opponents. I always thought it had something to do with the steroids. It was like, the more I took, the smaller I felt.
Leave him alone!
My dear, boys will be boys. Okay. Oh! That one looked like it stung. Whoa, fellas. What are you doing? This is not what I wanted to have happen.
David, I'll get your money.
Marshall. My dear, sweet Marshall. Don't worry about it. I just simply wanted to talk to you about the money.
You'll have to forgive my boys here. Whenever I tell them to go and pick somebody up, they tend to have a habit of overdoing things. So why don't you grab your shoe, Marshall, and we'll take you and your sister back. Okay? You see? I'm a lot more rational than my guys here. I mean, it's only $200, right?
David? Hey, Jack was mine.
Wrong!
Don't you ever say his name in my presence again. It's the principle of it all. You give, and you give, and you give. And all you want in return is a little respect. Whatever happened to that? You see, nowadays, people don't care. People don't fear you. To be feared is to be powerful. Do you fear me?
What?
I said, do you fear me?
Nobody disrespects the Digiovanni.
You can trust me.
So when I say stop, I mean stop!
Now, bring me the girl.
Yes, boss. Sir? It seems, the girl is, we'll get right on it, sir. She couldn't have gone far.
Let's hope you're right. For your sake.
Clean this up.
Yes, boss. You take the stairs, I'll take the elevator.
My car's right over there. Here are the keys. On 3, I need to make a run for it. 1, 2, 3!
All we want is the girl. So why don't you just hand her over and we'll call it even, eh?
Funny. Doesn't quite seem like your type.
Holy crap! Jerry, you know we're holding up here? This is Bryce the Vice.
Bryce the Vice? The wrestler!
Hey, it's me. We have a problem.
It took little to no time for the word to get back to David about who I was and what I had done.
I just got back from my brother's funeral, and all I care about right now is getting what's mine. I don't really care how I get it. All I care about is getting it.
Johnny, can you give us a minute, please?
And once his father was up to speed, it wasn't looking too good for me.
I remember. It all started with a vision. A vision that was clear as day. I was just a boy, not really understanding the life. But I knew what I wanted. And I knew there was only one road that would get me there. I adopted a creed my dad, your grandfather, taught me. And that is, you have to be willing to kill for what you want. Or die in a attempting to get it. It was the smartest thing anyone could have told me. After I adopted that mentality, I gained fear, and thus respect. And not only that, not many people stood in my way. Nobody wanted to challenge a man with murder in his heart. And I promised myself I would raise my sons, you and Jack, to that creed. Now look, David, I know I can be hard and cold, especially with losing Jack. He was a man who was tough and respected. And even though I may have disagreed with his choice to fight for this country over his family, I respected him as a man. Now I know I was tough on both of you, but I want you to know I did it for a reason. And that's because I'm not raising a bunch of schmucks! Do you hear me, David? So if you want me to turn over this business to you one day, you better be ready to kill for what I want. Damn well be ready to execute that mentality tonight!
I chose the wrong day to jump in between their business. Apparently David's brother Jack just died and everyone had been on edge. Just my luck. She was cold and distant. I tried to reach out to her, hoping she would let me in, but she just sat there, entranced. It wasn't until my phone rang that I saw any sign of life. I heard the voice on the other end and I knew it was him. I knew what was coming.
I will talk, and you will listen. You know, my father, he had his time to shine, but it's time for new leadership. And that time is now. You either bring me her or you bring me you. I'll be at the bay.
The words echoed through my mind, making my head spin, so I pulled over. It was at that very moment she changed my life forever.
I remember the first time I met the monster. My brother, Marshall, came home from a party high as a kite. And he left a bag of it on his bed. I was 16 years old. Curious and naive. The moment the needle first pierced my skin, I felt pain, but only for a minute. My whole body felt numb. I felt free. I chased that rush for years and years. Till it started chasing me. And owning me. After a while, it began to lose its touch, and I wanted out. I wanted to break free from its grasp. But my brother was nowhere near. I begged him, stop! For me, I needed to be rid of this evil. But there was no escaping it. Until my brother took his last breath. God, it was weird, you know? I saw a man with a bullet in my brother's head just Point blank. Yeah, there was pain. There was hurt. There was remorse. But there was also freedom. That same freedom I felt when I met this monster. It's the same freedom I'm feeling now. It's like I have a sick mind. My brother dies and I speak freedom. I actually have a chance. I actually have a chance of stepping away from this destructive life I've created. But David isn't gonna let that happen. There's no way.
I don't know if it had to do with a church or a series of events, but that girl, she spoke to me, sharing a life with me. Watching the tears pour down her cheek, I couldn't help but hurt for her. I felt her agony, her pain.
Oh! Look who decided to show up. Took you long enough, but I see you brought me the girl.
And I knew what had to be done. What I had to do to save this life.
Look, man, she ain't worth the hassle. Oh, big man wants to be a hero. Hey, Johnny, why don't you show Brycey a thing or two about respect? Come on, John, what are you doing? Get his leg! Yeah! Get it in there!
It's weird how the tables can turn so rapidly in matches. One minute you have full control, and the next you're getting the bloody piss kicked out of you with no sign of a savior. Like I said, it's funny how the tables can turn so rapidly. The entire time you can be on the winning end, until you're made to remember one key element, that this is a tag team match, and I save the day for it.
Go! Go!
Oh, you think that bothers me? You see, I got where I wanted. It's as simple as that. I win, and you lose. I give, and I take. I live.
Sometimes the hero has to die in order to become one.
Chesterfield, England, the man with the murderous Rise the Knights. This is the most anticipated match in the history of professional